Hi everyone. Last week we did the Olive Garden salad recipe, and this week I wanted to do another restaurant theme recipe. This one's from Applebee's. Crystal really likes the Applebee Oriental chicken salad.
Yes, I could eat it every week. I do. I want you to make it every week.
Every week?
Every week. All right, continue.
All right, it'll be in the rotation. I don't know, every week. And we were just there a few days ago.
Yes.
And sampled it again. And they really make a good salad. I think that the dressing is the key to this recipe. It's just so tasty, and all the ingredients just work so well together. Some of the things we're disappointed about the salad. There's usually not enough dressing on it, or chicken to our liking. Now we could, ask for more dressing, but the chicken, they really, don't put, as much on as we would like, and it almost tastes like the fast food type chicken. So this recipe I like a little better than what you get in the store, again, because when you make it at home, you could put as much on of the things you like as you want, and tailor it, to your taste. So let's go through. It's going to be like 3 steps. The ingredients right here will be for the chicken.
Ooh, I see cornflakes.
That's right. This is a little unique in that not only do we use flour for the breading, but we use some cornflakes. And we have the cornflake crumbs, but not every store carries that. So what I thought I would do, I'll show you how you can make your own cornflake crumbs just from regular cornflakes, because most stores will have this.
Yeah.
Some milk, eggs, and some oil to fry the chicken. So that'll be one step in preparing the chicken. The next step, or actually we're going to do this first, is going to be the dressing. And you see there's only 5 ingredients.
I cannot believe that because it tastes so good, and I don't know what most of this, well, those 2 things are. Okay, go ahead.
So the honey, that's the main ingredient. The next ingredient is mayo. Then we have some gray Poupon.
Oh.
Rice vinegar, and a dash of sesame oil.
Oh, that's what that is. Okay.
That's it. So that'll be the dressing. We'll make that first and put it in the fridge. Then we'll do the chicken. And once that's done, it'll go together real fast. Look, that's all the ingredients.
Oh, wow.
So we have the green cabbage, red cabbage, lettuce. I'm using iceburg. You could use iceburg or romaine. The carrot, we're going to julienne the carrot, cut it up really fine. You could even shred it with a potato peeler and get the shreds. Then we'll top it with some sliced almonds. Lastly, the chow mein noodles.
Wow, you've made this so many times and I had no idea.
No.
Wow, about the ingredients. Okay. Just in case you all are wondering, he brings it to me.
Yeah.
Or sets it up on the table over there. I sit right there. And I have no idea how all of this comes together, but
it's a
so I'm
mystery.
learning with you all. I learn with you all.
Okay, I just poured 3/4 of a cup of honey in. Now we're going to do 3/8 of a cup of rice vinegar. I just have a 1/2 cup measure, so I'm going to go up 3/4 of the way. 1/3 of a cup of mayo.
Now that's a surprise ingredient.
Yes, it is. And 4 tablespoons of gray Poupon. Do you remember that commercial?
Yes, I do. Pardon me.
Lastly, just a dash of sesame oil. Not too much, just want to give it a hint of it. And now we're going to mix it gently. That honey makes it really thick.
I gotta tell you, that looks like a hot mess.
Well, I'll tell you, Applebee's, they know what they're doing,
It
because
tastes amazing. I can't believe it starts out looking like this.
this recipe rocks, this dressing. If you have a blender, I guess it would be best to put it in the blender and blend it, and you'll be done in
Quicker,
a few seconds. But I'm going to do it this way, just in case there's people watching that don't have a blender. So I got it started with the fork. I'm just going to take a wire whisk.
Whisk it.
You want to break up all that mayo.
Yeah, that's
So
the hardest part.
this will be the same as what you do with the blender. It's just going to take a little longer. So again, if you have a blender, that's the way to do it. You'll be done in a few seconds. Or you could just take a little more time and do this. So we're going to mix this really good and put it in the fridge to chill, and then we'll start the chicken. And we'll put it in the fridge and start on the chicken.
Okay.
Okay, now we're going to make the chicken, and in the bowl I'm going to mix the flour and the cornflake crumbs. For those of you that can find these in the store, just measure out a cup and pour it in. For those of you that can't find that, and you want to get the cornflake crumbs or the regular cornflakes, you can make your own crumbs. The only thing you're going to need is a food processor. Mm-hmm. And for those of you just getting started out in the kitchen, I know some of you ask, what should I have in the kitchen? What are good things to have? A blender is very important to have in the kitchen. Very good and versatile. This is the base, and this is the blender, and you can make your shakes and things like that. But you also have all these other attachments. You could have this food processor where you have this blade, very sharp, and I use this all the time, so it's well worth the investment. If you're going to invest in something, I would recommend this would be one of the things that you do. Okay, so you take the cornflakes and pour them in. There we go.
Wow, that went down to nothing. Woo.
You see how the crumbs are like that? Mm-hmm. And we have about half a cup.
Wow, okay. So you do it one more time. You wanted a cup of them, right?
Yep. Now we get these from the box. The others. And you see, you can't even tell them apart.
Mm-hmm. That's, yeah, very true. You can't.
And we have a cup of flour. Salt in, and we'll mix that up. Oh, and with the cornflakes, the other good thing about doing the cornflakes by yourself, the box of cornflakes, it's a fraction of the price of what they charge for the crumbs. All right, so we have our dry mixture there. I'll put the eggs in. And the milk. Okay, I forgot to show you the list of ingredients in the beginning. Of course, we had chicken. With
oh yeah, we would need chicken.
It's in the fridge. But we'll open that up. And I bought the pre-sliced breast. You want the chicken breast. I'm going to slice them down a little more. I usually get the whole breast, but they were having a special on this one. The whole breast is cheaper than this because, it's whole. And
when they cut it up, the price goes up, right?
Exactly. Anytime they have to do something to it, they charge a little more. Okay, now what you want to do here is cut it in sort of like bite-size strips. I think that would be a good size of a strip that we're going to put on the salad. And just go through them all and cut them.
Notice who's right here now that some chicken came out.
Yeah, that nose of his. Okay, we have our assembly line going here. We have the chicken, the egg, milk mixture, the flour, cornflake mixture, and we have our plate where we're going to put them. So on these, they're different. When I do the onion rings, I do them one at a time.
Yeah.
The chicken, nothing's going to hurt this, so I put it all in here at once and get it nice and loose. Now, I'm going to use regular vegetable oil. I put it in a big fry pan. It's like a wok. I like for frying the meats and stuff in there. While I'm going to do the breading of that, it's a good time to put the oil in and put it on medium-high to slowly raise the temperature of the oil. So by the time we're done, this should be just about ready to go. Here we go. We'll have the wet hand as the left hand and the dry hand as the right.
Oh yeah, the dry hand, wet hand. See, if I probably would have cooked more interesting things if I had ever knew to do that. Dry hand, wet hand.
Well, if you do them both, then your hand gets kind of cakey.
Yeah, that's why I never really did a whole lot of this kind of stuff.
And I'll do about 2 at a time. Just lay them in there. get them floured up and pressed down to make it stick. And then put it off to the side. Okay, I have this on medium high, and the oil should be about 350 degrees, around that, to fry it. I don't have a one of those oil thermometers on hand, so what I normally do is when I put it in, see how it boils gently just like that? That's about just right.
Yeah.
If you put it in, it does nothing. It's not hot enough.
Right.
If you put it in, it starts smoking and turns brown right away, way too hot. So a nice gentle boil. That'll be a good rule of thumb if you don't have a thermometer. I'm going to do these in 2 batches. Okay, with a slotted spoon or something like this, you'll just start breaking them up a bit so they don't stick together. You see how they're nice and light and golden brown?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's how we want them. So the oil's just at the right temperature. Okay, if you want to see if it's done, I'll take out one of the thicker ones. You put it on the side there.
You gonna cut into it?
Yeah, then just take a knife and cut in. You see how that's all white, no pink? So we know it's all done.
Okay, yeah, that was the thicker one. So.
You just want it, because if the thickest one is like that, then you're good. It's a nice golden brown.
They look beautiful.
Now the only thing I think Applebee's does different than what we're doing here is they cut it in bite-sized chunks.
Yes, they do.
And that's good because functionally it's nice because you just have the chunks and you go. I think I like the presentation better with the strips. That's why I do that, but you could go either way with it, the chunks or strips. Remember, we took this in steps. We did the dressing first. The second part was the chicken. You know, we breaded it and fried it, so that's ready to go. That was step 2. Now step 3 is just cutting this up and putting it together. So it's a really, easy recipe, very fast recipe too, not much to it. So we'll take our lettuce, and again, you can use the iceburg or romaine, either one. Okay, now we're going to do the cabbage very thin. The red cabbage, same thing, just nice and thin. And when you put it in, just mix it up a little so the lettuce and the 2 cabbages mix together. And now we're going to do the carrot, and we julienne the carrot. And what does that mean?
Really small, thin pieces.
Exactly. Just think of it like little matchsticks.
Yeah.
So what you could do is cut off an end so it stays
balanced. Okay.
Yeah. And then you just cut little pieces, thin pieces. And one more. Okay. And then you turn these over. And you cut them nice and thin. So you have little, like, matchstick pieces. Okay, we put the carrots over. Now we'll just sprinkle a little of the almonds. And I love this. This is such a great touch on the salad. Now when you go out to the restaurant, they're not going to put this much of that. It's going to be mostly salad. So again, this is the advantage to doing it at home. Now, the final touch. I like putting these on in like a spiral. Okay, now we get the dressing from the fridge. It's been chilled. I'll just mix it up just a little more again. You see how nice and smooth that is now?
Very smooth.
Okay, we'll just pour that right on top. You could serve it with the dressing on the side, but since we're going to eat right now, we'll just do this. And if we had a little green onion, I might sprinkle that on top. But there you go.
There it is.
Applebee's Oriental chicken salad.
Great. I'm ready to eat.